Today is a very good day for me. I chose to spend my day today with my friend, a mentor, a person who held my hand when I left college and showed me the community work. And I thought I should come back and see how he has progressed since we last met, since I was in the organization. And I'm so happy. It's amazing to see the kind of work happening here. And it's an organization working with older persons. It's a long story. It's since the first time I knew this organization, it was way long ago, and I'm glad that this organization is still in operation. And when I came here, I saw a different picture than the one I last saw. And that tells me that there's a little work happening here. So, like I said, it's an organization working with other people. And I'm interested to even understand what the government is doing, what the community is doing. Because right now, statistically, the number of older persons is rising in our community. And being able to understand their needs and being able to understand that even that to ensure that their welfare and their needs are protected, it's important to raise this conversation. So I will invite Mr. Mwega, who has been my friend. He held my hand, let me say, when I left college, and we worked so many, projects together. We had a lot of fun working together, and I'm so glad, Mr. Mwega, to come back and see you still doing that work. Just tells me how passionate you are, and the fact that you've been consistent in that work is something to admire.
Thank you very much. You are welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm happy also to receive you another time.
Yes.
After so many years.
You're sure.
Actually, more than 10 years.
More than.
This is great.
Yes.
Thank you for remembering me. And I'm also happy that you are still picking up.
Yes.
Therefore, you are very most welcome.
Yes.
And I would tell you,
yes.
We are here to work.
Yes.
And we have to nurture Kika until the end, because this is the only organization for older persons in this area.
Wow.
And we want to make it a Kenyan organization for older persons.
Okay.
Therefore, we are not planning to die tomorrow.
Okay.
We are even trying to grow more. Thank you, our listeners. My name is Elijah Mwega. Elijah Mwega is the founder Kika. And Kika is an acronym of Kenyan Aged People Require Information, Knowledge and Advancement.
Yes.
We are located here in Dagoretti, South Rirota location, just behind the Rirota police station. You can find us on the website.
Yes.
That is www.karikakenya.or.ke.
Okay.
For more information.
Wow, amazing.
Of course, also you can find us on the website, or on the YouTube and Facebook.
Yes.
This is all about older people.
Yes, I get so much updates on Facebook, especially when you're doing a lot of work on older persons, and that is encouraging.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow. Yes, this is the organization I started 2003.
Okay.
Not alone, actually, we had a team of 63 people. But along the line, as usual, I got tired. Okay. And I remained with only one among the 63.
Wow.
This one have been working with me all through the way. And I'm happy and grateful that at least I did not lose everything.
Yes.
The reason why I started this organization is that I could see the thread Kenya is taking.
Yes.
A lot has been done about young people, children, and single mothers.
Yes.
But nobody was addressing issues of older people. And I remembered something the teacher taught us in school.
Yes.
That if you want to eat a frog, you go for the fattest.
Okay.
So I happened to find that the fattest frog was the older people who have been left behind for a long time. So as the name, older people do not have information.
Yes.
Older people require some advancement in life, like economically. They are also prone to chronic diseases.
Yes.
And as normally happens in many houses, when the older people rear the children, they go for greener pastures.
Yes.
They leave the parents alone in the house. As a result, you'll find that majority of older people, they remain in the house alone, and they speak to their pets, their cats, their chicken, and because they are social animals, alone, but they have no alternative. Now they have to speak to those alternatives, which is very awkward.
Yes, I know.
So I thought it's good to be an example in Kenya. By one thing, bringing and securing a space for these older people, especially those around me. Let them have an avenue where they can meet together, share their challenges, their experiences, and even like encourage one another. Therefore, Kika is about bringing older people together to share their experiences and even console one another when they are undergoing challenges. And you know, older people, many times they are faced by chronic diseases. Sometimes they don't have money to buy the medicines, but they have skills. They have some wisdom to use even the herbal medicines. So when they are together, they talk a lot and they assist one another. I'm happy. I would say it is not an easy job, but where there is will, there's a way.
Yeah, sure.
Therefore, despite the challenges I've passed through, but I am happy Kika is still existing. Since 2003.
I'm so happy.
This is very, very good to me. Because as a human, I used to work as a government officer. I worked for quite a long time. But I did not find the pressure or the happiness that I wanted.
What you're looking for.
But when I'm working for the older people, I'm the happiest man in this world. That I'm giving what I deserve to give to the most needed people. So I want to tell you, many a times that I do not call it a challenge. I just call it my happiness.
Your happiness.
Because when I'm working for an older person, I'm giving back to God.
Sure.
Because this is a needy person who cannot afford by him or herself. You'll find that in our government, yes, they may have tried to do some steps for the protection of older persons, but they are also quiet in the offices. They are not bringing it out to the community. So you'll find that even if the government is doing anything good for the older persons, but it is hidden, so it is not...
It's not benefiting people. And maybe, Mr. Mwega, I'll just take you back a little bit. I know you started in 2003.
Yes.
And here, 2022 is still in operation.
Yes.
Maybe you could tell us some of the greatest achievements you've been able to achieve in the community in this area, this Nairobi West or Nairobi West.
One, I would say, yes, there's a lot of achievements. Because when I started this, I started in an open air. Where we could sit on the grass and maybe sometimes it's not secure. But for a long time also I rented a space for the older persons to meet. But come 2013, I talked to the leadership here. And they gave me this piece of land, which is almost half acre. I am
Huge
very
success.
grateful that at least they saw the need. That is, to me, a very great achievement. Because I used to rent, but nowadays I do not rent.
So that means that even the government and the community now recognizes the need.
Yes, actually, yes. And even they give me now the chance to demonstrate what I have in mind. And of course, you can see by the look of the buildings, the setting of the office and the center. Now it is all my brains, and I'm happy that everybody comes here, they are appreciating. You have already appreciated.
Very much.
This is a talent that would have been hidden. So I feel good when I'm given the chance. This I count as a very great achievement from the government. And also the fact that since 2003, I have been having older people with me all the time. That acceptance from the older persons is an achievement by itself. They could have gone lost. I could not have the older people with me. This is also something I really, really enjoy. The other thing is that now we have a full equipped office.
I can see.
Which has staffing, that we have project officer, we have finance officer, we have assistants, and also frontiers coming. It has become an avenue for students from universities. They come here for internship.
Yes.
Therefore, it has become a resourceful center for more than what I expected. This is also an achievement.
Yes.
I also have privilege to share my views with the other world. Like I've been in New York, I've been other countries speaking on behalf of other people in Kenya. So this is something that tells me I should start working even more stronger.
Yes.
Then I want to appreciate the people behind me.
Okay.
People of goodwill, friends of Kika.
Yes.
Even some other donors, because without them, Kika could not be where it is.
Sure.
So Kika is not a personal organization; it is a network of friends who comes together because of the goodwill of seeing the well-being of our other people. So when we talk of achievements, for sure,
it's huge. And on the same, I'll still ask about the community that we're living in. Do you think the community has become more receptive about the need to take care of older persons? Do they have the community really understood that older people come with their own special needs?
I mean, see, somehow yes. Because within the community you'll find that right now, for example, here in Dagoretti, North and South, we have about 45 groups of older persons which were never there. And they have their own leadership. And they are having their own venues where they are meeting. So this tells me the community is taking it to better than there before. I'm also looking at the fact that the government came up with a cash transfer for older persons. It used never to be there. So as a result of this campaign, there is a bit of positive reception from both the community and the government. But I feel like it could have been better, more better than this, because I find like there is no political goodwill, not enough political goodwill to protect the older persons. And this is where I have the challenge. Why do I say this? It's because though the government have introduced the cash transfer, even the insurance coverage of National Hospital Insurance, there is the issue of technicality, implementation. Technicality, because you'll find that many older people, though they are registered, they are not aware that they could benefit. Also, there is issue of there are those who have been left behind with the cash transfer. And we have to think on what is the population, what does the data say about the population of older persons in Kenya. Then how many people are benefiting through the cash transfer? Then we can give the government credit as to how many they have assisted, how many are remaining. This is a challenge I'm still trying to address, not alone, but with a network of other organization members which have now joined Kika. I'm very grateful that though we started as one, now we have a network of over 60 groups.
Wow.
And we are even outside in Dagoretti. Now we are in Migori, we are in Siaya, we are in Embu, we are in Moranga, we are in Thika, we are in Kiambu.
Wow.
We are already in Nakuru and Machakos and Kajiado.
Wow.
These are some of the areas that never had groups of older persons, but now they are coming up.
Which means it's a good indicator that the community is becoming aware.
Very good, very true.
Yes.
That now there is a lot of positivity of now addressing the issues of older persons. Where I have challenges that, even the government did not have like the policy on the rights of older persons. But up to 2018, January, the president signed the policy. So now we have a policy guiding the implementation of protection of older persons. But what we are lacking within the government is the implementation work plan. You see now, this is the document we are working on. Though we have the policy, it should be guided by implementation work plan.
Okay.
And this is something we are working on, maybe on the process, maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, we shall have it. So that every institution of government and even private can now incorporate issues of older persons. So I'm happy about this.
Okay.
I'm also very happy that the government also is taking, this is now the implementation work plan.
Okay.
And here we have a geriatric bill, which is already passed by the Parliament. It is also coming to the public very soon. It was introduced by Mheshimiwa Gathoni wa Mushomba, Kiambu Women Rep, and we worked on it. We drafted from zero. Now we are headed to public participation so that they can input. This tells me when we are counting about the achievements, these are milestones
part of the
that
achievement.
we have already achieved.
Yes. Wow. So I'm holding here a national plan of action on implementation, the national policy on older persons and aging. This is amazing. So maybe I'll still ask you on the same, and I know you've mentioned it about the government. Is there anything, maybe you can help us understand the areas the government has intervened to ensure that the rights of the older persons are actually respected? And I can see there's a lot of progress. Maybe you could highlight to us more about that.
Thank you. One, I want to appreciate the government that through the Constitution of Kenya, which is now the governing document, Article 57 speaks about older people and the state and the community. And I like the same article, Clause D, which says an older person belongs to the state and the family. So now the policy will guide us on how to address the needs of older persons. That is number one. Within the Constitution, there are a number of articles that can protect the older persons. Like Article 57, Article 21, Bill of Rights, and some other articles. I may not remember them all. But of course, that is a very good step towards the government now addressing the needs of older persons. The other thing is now that we have the policy, which is here, a document, the policy on the rights of older persons we are talking about. That was signed in the year 2018,
I can see that,
So at least the government is doing some steps to protect the older persons. Now coming from the Constitution to the policy, to the implementation work plan, that is a step.
That's a huge step,
Together with that, the government has also done with us the national standards and guidelines on the establishment of the institutions of older persons. These are documents we have worked as Kika from zero draft to the realization of the document.
Amazing.
So I would say this is also an achievement, and the government is working hard to see the older persons being protected.
Wow. So it's Minister of Labor and Social Protection and State Department of Social Protection, Pensions and Senior Citizens Affairs.
Very good.
National standards and guidelines of on the establishment and management of institutions for older persons.
Yes, and not even forgetting. There is also the adult education classes. This is also something to tell you the government is appreciating the older person. But apart from all this, then we are pushing the government, and I know they have a plan to ratify the African Protocol on the Rights of Older Persons as a regional document that will protect the rights of older persons. You know, Kenya is a member of AU. According to the United Nations, they only require 15 countries to ratify the African Protocol for the Rights of Older Persons. Then the AU can consider to formulate a convention on the rights of older persons, just as they have done the convention on the rights of women and on the children rights. So there are steps done by the government to ensure towards the protection of older persons. And I'm happy that Kika has been part of it. And also Elijah Mwega has been from zero to the document. So when you talk of mentoring, I'm not only mentoring, I'm praying God that I don't die before we have an act of parliament protecting the older persons in Kenya.
And that's a huge... So that's amazing. But still I know maybe there's some things the government need to do to even on top of that? Is there anything that you feel the government needs to do more?
Oh yes, the government is still having a lot to do for the protection of older persons.
Yes.
One, because even as we protect them, we should look at mental health, physical,
yes,
and even the environmental. So we're looking at what has the government done towards the healthy living of older persons,
yes,
the well-being of an older person. When we talk of well-being of an older person, why do we have playgrounds for young people and we don't have one for the older persons? We should have the government providing facilities, social facilities for the older persons, which are age-friendly. And two, we also have quite a number of bills protecting the older persons which has not been passed in the parliament. Like, for example, I have here a copy of a summary when there before we used to have care and protection bill of older members of the society, bill of 2018, which was also dropped along the line by the parliament. We are very concerned about it. It has been an attempt to bring a bill on the protection of older people, but it was always not passing. We had also the Older Persons Bill 2019 done by the Minister of Labour and Social Protection. It did not go well. It was to be merged with the Senate bill, which did not work. It was turned back. Then the same, we had the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Bill 2020, done by Ukongwe Mbora Society. It is not yet passed by the parliament. It has challenges. And finally, now we have the geriatric bill, which was done the other day by Mheshimiwa Muloni wa Gashomba. So these bills need to have passed by the parliament, so that we can enhance the protection of older people, even as we continue to age. I like the way you have said the population of older people is rising every now and then. So if we do not do it quickly, we are prone to be caught up, and the government may not have any guiding principles which can lead the protection of older persons. So I feel like government must have passed a bill on the rights of older persons, which will then provide an act of parliament, so that we start taking people charge of any abuse of older persons. Why do I say this? It's because even today, if you go to report a case to the police station about an older person abuse, the police officers would ask you, under what act and under what law am I accusing? So these are some of the things we need to address as society. Two, we have had cases of young people abusing or even neglecting the older people, but you cannot report them. There is no law that is hindering them from so doing. So I think government should enact as quickly as yesterday. Also, there is this issue of, we normally report every year to the UN headquarters, open-ended working group on the rights of older persons, where we have to provide country possession paper. The government is reporting every year, but even as they report, we want to see the parliament moving with the country. If the country is reporting good things about what they are doing for the older persons, like now the cash transfer, the NHIF coverage, this is also something that the parliament should make a step and sign a bill, so that at least older people are covered. I'm happy I'm part of the team that is working on the country possession paper 2022, which will be tabled in UN in April 11, between 11 and 14. And this is a good step that shows the government is concerned. I'm happy about the government, but as much as I'm happy, too much needs to be done. One, and very key, is the education. Community awareness. What is the government doing to the older people? Who are these people that are supposed to go and cascade the information to the grassroots. So the government has a lot to do.
A lot.
Yes.
I understand. Because like you're saying, older people require information.
Very good.
Knowledge and advisement. So
when it is kept in the cells, it's not for older persons. So it should go back to the grassroots. Let the older people in the community, in the society, understand what the government is doing.
Wow. And I'm so happy because you've just shown me that people, they are going to the parliament and pushing the government. Like this the geriatric bill 2021. And I pray that it can maybe see the light of the day.
I am happy at least. We have been interacting with the Minister of Labor and also Minister of Health, and I like the stride they are taking, because right now the Minister of Health, they have already brought up a division for the older people for the first time in Kenya since independent. Now they started with a unit for the aging. Now it has been upgraded to a division of aging and geriatric medicine, and I'm hoping one of these days it will be a ministry for the senior citizens.
I'm very sure we continue pushing things.
Yes.
Wow, amazing. So I just want to drift a little bit and maybe talk about the organization briefly. And I know you've done a lot. The question would be, what need to be done, for example? What need to be done here? The kind of need, if it's addressed as an organization, as Kika, you can be more effective even in your outreach, in your, fighting for the advocacy, and lobbying for other people.
What a good question.
Yes.
One, I need people to give me the rights to work. I want to go and reach more counties.
Sure.
I want to take the older people on the grassroots, give them the information that they are missing. So I would appeal any people of goodwill. They can provide me with ability to move. Maybe a vehicle, maybe a way they can be paying my transport. Like now I have an invite in Machakos, where older people are meeting and they want me there to train them. I would be very happy to reach there. I'm also having an invite in Mahiu. I also have another invite in Rongo, Migori. I need to go there, but I cannot go because I am not able to move. The other thing that I need the organization to be built to capacity is that of late, and this is something now we need the Minister of Health to establish, there is a lot of new cases of dementia. I've noticed last year, here in Kawangware, many women and men, they come to meet their friends in Kawangware, and along the day, they forget where they belong. They have been forgetting even their homesteads. They even forget their names. They forget even their children, and they are referred here by the chief or the DO. Or when they report, they send them here, I am unable to accommodate them because I don't have rooms for them. So another thing that I'm planning to do, and I've already started, I'll show you, is that we want to build a rescue center, temporary rescue center for the older persons. As we stay with them and counsel them to bring them back to their memories, we need to have them safe in this place. Safer places for older people in every county, in every sub-county must be available. Otherwise, all said, older people are growing older because the kind of food we are eating here in Kenya nowadays,
so much
people are growing older so soon. And I tend to believe, like here in Dagoretti, a lot of older people, they eat what is available. They don't eat what they like, they eat what is available. As a result, you'll find that many of them are contracting diseases that can be preventable. Therefore, here in Kika, we are asking people of goodwill to assist us with equipment, health aging equipment, such like treadmill, jumping ropes, anything to do with their body exercise, so that when they come here, they can be exercising. That is another thing. Number 3, we are implementing in Kenya Vision 2030 that stipulates very well. We leave no one behind. But if you look at the digital technology today, older people are using the Murikamuzi. They don't know what is Facebook, what is Twitter, and now we need to capacity build them.
And I saw you teaching them how to use
Of course, yes. I'm looking for more tablets. I'm looking for smartphones because we have to continue doing good to our older people. Who, if you ask me what plan I have for this year, I'll tell you 1st of April, we have already planned a class of 50. We want to train them on using the smartphones. Wow. We are training 50 of them, and I don't know where I get the resources. I'm appealing to the young people to bring their skills here. Yes. Just be a friend of another person. Come and train one. I'll be very happy. Yes. Come with your phone. Come with your tablet. Wow. Help our older people to learn. Okay. Yes. Wow, amazing. Now the final question Mr. Mwega will ask is, where do you see yourself as an organization in the next 10 years? 10 years? Yes. Wow. We want to have every county a branch of Kika. Wow. We also want to see older people managing themselves. Yes. I am looking upon to see a national voice for older persons from all corners of Kenya. Yes. Where we need to have a representative of parliament. Yes. Of older people in a parliament. Why do we have youth representative? Why do we have women representatives? People with disability representatives. Yes. But we don't have one for older persons. Being represented. Yes, that's a good question. Is that not a good question? Very critical question. Why is it that older people have no representation in parliament? Yes. Who is speaking on their behalf? Yes. So, this is something I'm calling upon, and this is my dream, to see a Kenya where we have an incorporated house, where everybody is represented. That is my prayer. Wow. Amazing. Wow. We just want to stop at this point. I think if we have to have this conversation. But you would allow me to say something. Yes. Just to appreciate. Yes, sure. I want to appreciate those people who have been supporting Kika. Sure. And also private sector. Like now which one I cannot forget. The Brookside. Brookside, yes. They have been bringing us some milk, yogurt. Yes, sure. This is something that older people cannot afford in the shops. Yes, yes. And they are bringing to the older people. Why not appreciate them? Sure, sure. We have other institutions like Laughington Rotary Club. They have been supporting Kika. I have a list. I may not mention everybody. Okay. Yes. But I want to say thank you for everybody who have ever helped Kika to be the way it is. Yes. Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm so happy for even your time. Yes. Be willing to share with me your experiences and what is happening. Yes. I'm forever grateful. Thank you. And I'll be coming often. Oh, well, we can advance this conversation. We need to push this conversation further. Yes. Wow. That was that. You heard that the issue of older people is very, very critical. And so much is happening to be able to address the issues affecting older persons. And so, even when you walk out there, when you are doing your own normal business, it's good to remember that our community, the older population, is increasing. And their rights need to be protected. Their welfare need to be protected. I'll recall what he said. Sometimes in the house, they don't have anybody to talk to. So they maybe talk to maybe whatever is available in the house. So take some time and go and visit them in case you have another person living in your community, could be a relative, even could be your parent. So from me, it's a bye-bye. My name is James Wetu, and this is Convo, encouraging conversations that matter.